Hi, in the age of positivity, I'm thinking about death. Today is a good day to actually think about death and think about where you come from and where you might be going. And all of us are going to the same place, doors of heaven or hell or whatever, right? But we all come from somewhere and we keep forgetting that. I tend to remind myself regularly about where we come from, which is our ancestors, and many generations of it, because I think that's a great map to know who you are and to know what you're made of. It's a great map to know what your triggers are. I think triggers are a gift. They help you navigate better because you know exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are based on the fact that you understand your ancestors. And the first time I went looking for this, the quest of knowing my ancestors, the last 3 or 4 generations, when my dad died when I was 31, and in after the death, when you do the Kriya Karam, they actually do the family tree, right? And I looked at it and I'm like, oh my god, who are these people that I don't know? And I was really curious and I went looking and I found patterns, patterns that I love, patterns that I hated, and that kind of started subconsciously. Of course, nothing happens consciously, to break what I didn't like and to imbibe what I loved. And today I want to talk about there's an immense amount of gratitude from wherever you come from, and lineage has nothing to do with the money, the status, all that is bullshit. The education, lineage is a lot about the humans that came before us, and especially in our family lines, right? So I looked at the humans in our family lines, especially the men, the women, and the children, and I realized that girls died young, women died late, men died early, and that was one pattern. And then another was that women sought freedom but they didn't quite have it. Then there was another pattern that this is a lineage with no romanticism and no nostalgia, which is great because this is a lineage which knows how to have fun in the moment. They live for now. Also a massively strong physical lineage that I come from. This is a non-verbal lineage. This is a lineage that fought wars but didn't really quite speak. And look at what I'm doing. I'm speaking a lot. This is a lineage where you got married really early and had many children, and look at this. So I think a lot of what you understand about your aunts, and this was maybe not very educated, went into the army at the traditional paths, and look at where we are now. And they were really not into technology. They were very like hands-on, very like the farmer breed, and look at where we are now. So I think when you know your ancestry, you're able to kind of look at it objectively and say, okay, this is where I come from. Is this where I want to be, or do I want to go somewhere else? And can I take that path? This is the DNA that I have, and can I add to it? And the idea is to add to this. This is also a lineage which is massively prone to addiction, to violence, so you should not escape into anything, either addiction or anger or whatever. So these were the various things that my ancestry kind of taught me, and I am in love with some of the stuff that they're capable of, the amazing amount of fun they can have, just the general ability to move on, right? There's a massive ability to move on. They don't dwell on the past, and they can like shrug it off and move on. That's a quality that I absolutely adore. The women are brilliant. They're very beautiful. The children are very, very resilient despite it all. These are really mixed families. The men are providers. Good or not doesn't really matter, but great providers. So interesting day to think about death and where you come from. And since we're all going to the same place, we might as well do it together, and might as well use our ancestry, our triggers as a map to navigate the world. It's a gift to know who you are. It's who am I is not that tough a question if you know where you're coming from and where you want to go.